first team gold or first gold medal for Great Britain in this Olympic Games. I would say, and I know obviously I'm going heavy on the old British angle, Sam, but actually in terms of publicity for the sport, that's going to be brilliant.
Yeah, gets BBC going. It's great.
Okay, reaction to the team competition, first of all, before we go into the individuals and what we've got coming up in 10 minutes' time. Great Britain obviously won the gold, one of the best three. It's the second best finishing score, team finishing score, actually, second only to their record-breaking score in Tokyo. France took the silver. It wasn't quite as close as we thought it might be in the end. And then Japan, who after the disappointment this morning, that is a massive story to come up to take bronze.
Yeah, actually, think of the score they would have had without the 20. Probably one of the best Olympic scores in the sport. Would have been sub 100, I would have said off the top of my head, which is very hard to do. So, no, fair play to them. Huge performance.
Yeah, I'm just finished the Instagram graphic for it, and it is special. Like, first ever medal for Japan in eventing, any teams, colors. Like, when you get wrapped up in all of the record-breaking Brits that were going to go from and go to record-breaking, Laura, Michael, we're going into a different thing. Like, Japan have never won a medal. Then obviously you've got the big six dominance being broken, and then also even in equestrian sports, the last time Japan won a medal was 1932. They won an individual gold in show jumping. It's a really special day for a nation that would be wonderful to keep growing in the sport, a new nation.
Horses are a lot yesterday. Like JRA, horse racing in Japan is absolutely huge. Those race courses are stacked and packed. Like, this is a nation who could get into horse sports.
The big thing that I would say, though, there's a couple of bits. One, their substitution this morning for 20 penalties actually cost them silver in the end. They would have gone ahead of France, which would have been really, really exciting for them. But just worth noting, I really hope that this, obviously the riders are heading back to Japan later this year, and their kind of campaign on British soil and European soil to be able to compete at the very top is not going to look the same going forwards. I really hope this medal might change that.
Well, I think it's the other side. Like, this is the team that didn't qualify at Mill Street 12 months ago, and I was right there. Like that.
I put that into the post. Sometimes on top of all the process, Sam, from London 2012, 3 eliminations cross country, all the way through to 2024. Sometimes within all the process, you also need a little bit of luck. They weren't qualified to come here.
No. So, it shows the sport. I thought the temperature of the jumping was spot on. It was not easy. Of the first 19 into the ring, 15 had time penalties. Time was tight. I think we only saw around 10 clear rounds in the end. But the depth, this is what you have to start noticing. Looking at the depth, I think there's still 7 or 8 sub 30 scores in this competition, which is after 3 phases. In terms of the individual, we are going to see the influence of show jumping looking very high, but you have to sort of analyze this competition on 2 levels, one after 3 phases, as we normally would. And there's a lot of good performances. We got a rider from the Netherlands there in the top 10. I think an interesting angle when you look at the top 7 horses. London 52 is the only one who spent his international career with 1 rider. You've got the likes of Chipmunk that was bought to top level by Julia Krajewski. You've got Shadowman bought to top level by Ben Hobday. You've got Grafton Street and Vinci de Levine, the 2 Japanese horses that were both taken to top level, one by Pippa Funnel, one by Astia Nicola. So there's plenty of horses in there that have changed hands, which is a new sort of dynamic, really, because I think traditionally people think that you really need to establish these partnerships at a very young age, and that's the most successful recipe. And a lot of that was that, well, that's how it was always done. So that's why it looks that way. But actually, now that there's more trading and the sport's a little bit more commercial and more horses changing hands, you can see a lot of horses there that new partnerships, and people like Chris Burton, Michael Young, but also the Japanese riders like Yoshi and Kazu being able to take over the reins and deliver.
We have got 5 minutes before the individual competition starts. So let's turn our attentions to that and see what happens this afternoon. Because as things stand at the moment, Michael Young, Fisher Chipmunk, or Chipmunk because he's at the Olympics, 21.8, just ahead of Chris Burton and Shadow Man, 22.4. Laura Collett, London 52, that final fence just costing her the individual gold medal position going into the individual. She is in third at the moment, individual bronze, Tom McEwen, then Yoshi, Iowa. It feels pretty close that the three horses at the top of the leaderboard, all good jumpers. I would say Shadow Man jumped beautifully in that round. What do you make, Dee, of this afternoon as to what we could see? Go on, can Mickey do it? Can he become the first individual gold medalist?
Michael is the big favorite here because he's in control. All three of these horses can jump clear and have shown us recently an ability to deliver under pressure. So yes, Michael is absolutely the most likely to do it. It would be an incredible story. I mean, it just all any of the three of them jump clear, and I think it is going to take a clear round to win it. It's a new Olympic record, firstly. So you've got something special for any of them which can finish on it. If it's Laura, she will be she'll be the first ever British woman to win the Olympics. When you think of people like Ginny, who has back-to-back consecutive medals, I think in the 80s, both bronze, it would be a huge thing for Laura to deliver that. Chris, I mean, I'm not going to steal your thunder, Nicole. You've been really excited about your freaky year plus 32 and other kind of little fun facts like that. But it's been 32 years.
I got so excited when I found that.
Yeah, it's nice. 32 years.
I had the same reaction. So they had their first win. Nicole, what was the year?
1960.
So Australia have won 2 individual gold medals previously. One was in 1960. One was in 1992. That was Matt Ryan. And then that was 32 years later. So 32 years between the first 2. And now 32 years later, Chris Burton could make it 3. I just thought it was quite nice. These two guys did not give me quite the reaction that I was looking for.
But the guys, the fascinating landscape here is, let's not just talk about the gold medal race, okay, of which there are now kind of 4 players. Like Tom McEwen is not out of this with a 14% chance. It's about a 1 in 7 chance. The biggest thing here, this is a fascinating complexion to the competition, is who might win a medal of any color. Michael Young is only a 74% chance, which means 1 in 4 times. He's walking out of here empty-handed, no medal. Chris Burton is 52%. That's a coin flip. Laura Collett is 51%. That's a coin flip. Tom McEwen is actually 56%. He's a tiny bit above them to win a medal of any color. Bronze or high, 56%. But it's, again, essentially a coin flip. And then when you stack Felix Vogt, Yoshi, Kazuma, and Tim Price, you're getting up towards a sort of nearly a 67% chance, so about 2/3. So again, it's more likely than not that either Felix, Yoshi, and Kazu or Tim, one of those 4, it's more likely than not that one of them wins a medal, which means that 2 of Mickey, Chris, Burton, Laura, and Tom have to drop out. Now, without analytics, without predictive analytics and modeling and simulations, you can't get a feel for that picture. I'm talking about 8 people here. I'm talking about, I've just named Young, Burton, Collett, and McEwen. It looks like 2 of those could easily be disappointed here. We know one of them has to be disappointed because 4 and 3 doesn't go. But it's more likely than not that 2 of them are going to miss out altogether. Now, that's going to be heartache. And then you have 4 more right behind them that could be one of the ones to go in and take that slot. So this is going to be a massive session. 8 riders are genuinely in the hunt for 3 medals.
This is
Sam,
it now. This is the bit, Nicole. Sorry, what I was going to say is when you start setting up stories at the end of last year when you're doing, or January when we start recording and planning the schedule, and you start doing horses to follow this year, and what are you most looking forward to this year, and you're doing the podcast, you hope, what you do is you hope that you'll end up going into the individual session at the Olympics with it all to play for, with all the big stories there, and on after a good cross country day. And I hope that as we leave this call and everybody goes to wherever they're going to go to try and watch it, that we feel like that as a sport, we feel that there's 8 people here, and you allow yourself to go on that journey of every rail, of every round, of every jump in every round mattering, and not just letting them jump and then seeing how the table's going to shift after. The minute you get into that top 10, it should put something into your chest which feels like, Jesus, this is actually happening now. Let's enjoy it. They're about to go in, Nicole, so we better keep moving.
Let's go. Let's go. Enjoy it. We'll check back in. We're going to do the review show.
We're in the WhatsApp group. For anyone, we say it every time. But if you want to see the win chances change, if you want to listen to us talking and to be part of the conversation that we're having here for the next 25, we're in the WhatsApp group. You'll find the link anywhere on your social media.
There you go. Watch the space. Right. Let's go and enjoy it.
See you, team.